going on, everybody? It's Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another MUT 17 player card review. Today we're going over Team of the Week, Brandin Cooks, wide receiver from the New Orleans Saints. This card is 87 overall. Now we got some gameplay coming up for you in about a minute, so check that out if you're interested to see how this card performs in-game. We'll take a look at his stats quickly here. 93 speed, 88 catch, 91 elusiveness, 88 spectacular catch, 78 release, 86 jump, 87 catch in traffic, and 89 route running, and he is 5'10". As we scroll through the rest of the stats, again guys, gameplay coming up here in a moment. If there's other cards you'd like me to review, feel free to leave it in the comments section. I'll definitely check that out. Tons of other card reviews have come out over the last couple days, so check those all out. Randy Moss, Team of the Week, DeMarco Murray, Most Feared Brian Urlacher, and we got plenty more to come. Let's go ahead and check this card out on the field. So let's go ahead and talk about the pricing on this card, and as always, all of the averages on these cards can be found on MUThead.com. On the Xbox One, goes for about $78K, on the PlayStation 4, about $70K. Now there also is a Tuesday Night Drafts Edition. It's a gold card, 83 overall, that has 92 speed. You can get that one for about $20K. So if you're looking strictly for speed, you're going to go -1 in the speed category, but you'll save yourself 50,000 coins. Now MUThead.com rates him as a 95 overall vertical threat, 90 slot receiver, 87 possession receiver, and 98 run after catch on MUTrank.com. His ratings aren't too great, but he's a specialty player, and we'll talk about that in a moment. He is the 88th overall complete receiver and 69th overall pure receiver. Now, another option that you have when it comes to speed at the wide receiver position for about the same amount of coins is Chris Conley. Now, he has a 92 overall speed, and he's a lot taller than Brandin Cooks, so one might want to go with him. But one thing that I would be careful about is his route running. Brandin Cooks has a much better route running. I think it's an 89 overall, and that's why you can play him in the slot. I wouldn't really use him as a primary receiver. I never did. With a team full of wide receivers, though, I did find him in a lot of my 3 wide receiver sets, subbing out guys like DeAndre Hopkins and Brandon Marshall just to utilize his speed. It took me a really long time to build and find a scheme that would work with him. I'm just not really good at attacking downfield. For those of you that are, you really will be successful with this card because of that speed and his ability just to run past defenders. But once I was able to get something working with him, he really became one of my favorite cards in this game. A lot of people love to play cover 2 in this year's game. You can send him down the sidelines and find that gap between the safety and the cornerback, and you are going to eat all the time. And even if a defender does come into the situation, you probably saw some of the catches throughout this gameplay, he can moss you occasionally. He's only 5'10", but he gets up there and he makes some really amazing, spectacular catches. So that's a really underrated attribute that this card has. Again, I mentioned earlier, he has great route running. Well, not great, but he's a good route runner. You stick him in the slot, you can hit him on slants in the middle of the field. Some out routes that have those really good man-beating routes or formations are going to get open against man coverage as well. Again, he's not a #1 receiver. Just put him in the slot. You can use him at kick returner and punt returner as well. That's kind of obvious, but with that speed, that's where I have him as well at both of those positions. And again, he makes some really, really spectacular catches. So if you have a good scheme where you got a guy who's going to stretch the field, I think this card, though it's only an 87 overall, is certainly worth the coins. I've bought it and have not looked back, and will probably remain on my roster until he gets an upgrade with faster speed. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace!